Hi, everybody. As you come in today to our webinar, we're going to be using the chat for some questions, and you'll have lots of time to ask questions, and we've even allowed time at the end today to make sure that we answer all of your questions too. And so we're so happy to have you here for this webinar that is going to focus on summer reading and learning. So we're going to get started in just a few seconds as people come in. We did try to turn on the closed captions. So just to let you know, if you want to turn that on yourself, you can go up to, I don't want to click on mine because I might get out of it, but it's somewhere up there. I can't remember where.
If you click on the three little dots that say more, it'll say captions, and then you should be able to turn them on.
Yes, that will be great. I know those work so good. So please put in the chat if you have any questions or need our help, and we'll be happy to help you. But we're going to go ahead and get started. This is going to be recorded, and so you'll have everything that you'll need to afterwards, because we will send this link out. And so we're recording, right? Okay, cool.
Good.
All right, so today we're going to share 10 fun and engaging ways to use StickTogether and other resources for reading, learning, and creating this summer. This is the link that will take you to the slides. You can either scan it with your QR code reader or your camera and save it on your device, or you can go to this bit.ly. We'll be sharing a lot of links in the slide, and those are all hyperlinks, so you'll be able to get to those as well. And we'll share this at the end too, and I'm sure that Bree will be putting it into the chat as we go as well. So when people come in, we'll make sure that we have that too. But today I'm so excited to be here, joined by Brianna as we host this May StickTogether webinar. My name is Shannon McClintock Miller. I am a librarian in Van Meter, Iowa. I also serve as a Future Ready Librarian spokesperson, working with other librarians around the country and around the world. And I'm really excited because I get to work with Brianna Kua, and we do all kinds of things together for StickTogether. So I'm going to let Bree also introduce herself.
Hi, my name is Brianna. I'm the owner of Engage Media Solutions and the director of digital marketing and brand communications for StickTogether.
Yay. Okay. And you can find us, our Instagram and Twitter underneath those too. So just to get started, we're going to share where you are from and what you do within your school community. And you can just share this in the chat. And it's always good when we join in on a webinar. We've all had a busy and productive day, and we're doing things as we get close to the end of the school year. And so we would love to know where you're from and what you do with your job. And just keep using that chat to ask questions too. Just a few friendly reminders. Our webinar is going to be around 45 minutes, maybe a little longer, as we answer some questions. You're going to be receiving a recording of our webinar, and as we just said, please ask questions in the chat. There will also be 3 chances to win. There's going to be a Let's All Stick Together giveaway that I will remind you of throughout the webinar, a final pixel giveaway at the end, and then there's also a giveaway for the feedback form. And so that is a great way to win one of the sticker posters there. So we're going to start with the Let's All Stick Together giveaway, and one lucky attendee who posts a screenshot from this webinar using the hashtag Let's Stick Together today by 11:59 p.m. Central will be chosen to win a sticker poster kit. So as you're watching the webinar today, make sure that you tag StickTogether in it, either on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, and use that hashtag Let's Stick Together, so you might have a chance to win a sticker poster kit. So we're going to jump into our ideas today. And with summer right around the corner, we're all thinking of ways to continue to inspire and support our students and our families. As a district librarian, many ideas pop into my head this time of year as I work with students, teachers, and families to make summer reading and learning plans. And today, just sharing these ideas, I'm excited because we've been working on things at my school in Van Meter, but we're also going to hear from others ideas for reading, learning, and creating all summer long. As I said a few minutes ago, please use that chat for questions because after we're done sharing, we're going to have a lot of time for questions at the end. This is something in our webinar in April. A lot of people had questions and we want to make sure that we have enough time to answer them and make sure that you have what you need. And as I said, a few others are going to be joining us today. I'm super excited to have Blake, Heather, and Stephanie, three of our amazing Stick Together ambassadors on, who will also be sharing summer ideas and resources today. So number one, create and share exciting reading programs and activities that give student choice throughout the summer. And this is something that we know, not only in the summertime, but all throughout the year, our kids love having choice. And summer, when it comes to giving them choice, we know that our kids really enjoy to read what they want to in the summer. They also like to listen to others read to them. This is so fun for them, for thinking about like reading aloud to your kids and making sure that our families understand the importance of that. And also, I love the last thing, 92% of kids say that they're more likely to read a book if they self-select it. And so one thing that we love to do at our school is not just giving our kids the tools to read either online or with their public library card, but also giving them choice in this summer choice board. And this is the fourth year that I have worked together with Capstone to put together the Capstone Virtual Summer Camp Adventure. At the link at the bottom, this will take you to a post that will take you to everything that you need for the Capstone Summer Camp. Everything on here is free. And so there are 12 weeks around different themes that take then the kids to these choice boards where they can read and make and code and use technology, all kinds of places that they can have that choice and have a lot of fun as they're learning and reading in the summer. One thing too that I think is so awesome is that Capstone, they have given probably 160 ebooks in this choice board collection too for our kids to have access to. They open up kind of the end of April and they stay open until the end of September. And so these are free and open for all kids. They don't have to log in. They just click on the cover and then they can read and listen to the ebooks as they go through this little adventure in the summertime. A new one that we have this year that I'm excited about, a theme is Let's Go Solve a Mystery. So I think the kids will really enjoy that. And just, again, reading all of the great books, but also a lot of different activities that I'll talk about during our webinar today too. One thing too that we've added this year are featured Capstone characters, and there are so many great characters. One of my new favorite ones is Naomi Nash. This character, she loves snakes, and so on that page they can read 2 of those books and then even learn more about snakes. And so just really fun for the kids to be able to go there. But as you're using a choice board, if you have never used this before, when you make this, I just make it in a Google slide presentation and then I publish it to the web. And as you publish it to the web, that means that there's nothing else around the slides. They can't click or go anywhere else. They stay then in those slides that looks just like being on a website. And so when I share that with my kids, they can then see all the things, they can get to it. They don't have to log in anywhere. Now, if you want to make some changes or additions to it, you can also make a copy of the Virtual Summer Camp Adventure Choice Boards at this link. And then after you make a copy and you make your changes, don't forget to publish it to the web and then share that link with your kids. And so like for me at Van Meter, I make a copy and I put in some of our own things for our kids at Van Meter, because I want to add things maybe like Pebble Go or other activities that are specific just to our community and our school. I've created some bookmarks, and this is really a nice way to be able to share too, like where you want your kids to go, where they will find all the information, how they can easily scan it or go to that bit.ly. And I this year ordered them from U Printing. I found that they were so inexpensive. I got about 1,000 bookmarks for $60, front and back. They're colored and the kids will love them. And it's something that I give out to them then the last week of school. I also attach it to a family letter. This is really important when we think about our reading and learning throughout the summer, is to make sure that our families understand how to use these things too. And on each page, you'll find a little family letter circle that will take them then into that letter, and they can find all the details that they need. So just know that the summer camp is open, and it will be open until the end of September. And so just really exciting. So we're going to stop right here a minute and just remind you of the little giveaway. Make sure that you are posting to be entered into our contest, into our giveaway today. Number 2 is to include a weekly Stick Together virtual sticker board for your students to collaborate on together within the weekly choice boards. And this is so exciting because each week I work with Brianna and with Sylvia to get one of the virtual sticker posters underneath STEAM into the Stick Together category on these choice boards. And so we watch how fast they're getting done. I think last year, a few of the weeks we used 2 of them. But the fun thing about this is they're collaborating with other kids around the country and around the world to complete these virtual sticker boards. And so you can point those out to your kids. And my kids were always excited to see that, because the different pictures that are in there even go along with the virtual summer camp adventures. So whatever theme it is, they can then find the underneath the little sticker poster, right? I'm going to show you one more time underneath STEAM, and then they can click on that and go into the posters. So this link will take you to the May webinar gallery. This is something that we're super excited. During every webinar that we have, we're putting together a special gallery, and these images then are just for that capstone virtual summer camp, but they can be used also just to share with your kids throughout the summer. And so really fun to be able to have those too. Another place that I love finding them, this is something new from Stick Together, are the virtual sticker board calendars. And this is the one for May. You can go to this link and you can find all of these images that pair up with special events. But even just going to the gallery of virtual sticker boards and pulling one off to put in there will be fun for your kids too. Number 3 is students can create using the Stick Together pixel art site. And under technology, one thing that I do is I try to put something in there each time that the kids can create, and something that's easy for them, that they don't have to worry about logging in. And the pixel art site is perfect for this, because they can go and they can create anything that they can think of with the pixel art site. And one thing that we have been doing a lot of this year is doing the pixel art with their little self-portraits, but we've done all kinds of things from fruit and vegetables to fish, and the kids just love going here. And so in the summer, it will be fun for them to use this free site as well. And so with pixel art, they can go and they can just start like fresh, just start creating. But we really like to give our kids even just a template. And I love these because I just took a screenshot and the kids then fill it out. So it's fun for them to create on just this sheet. You can send one home with the kids. You can even provide like a link online to this page that they can use too at home. And so as you can see, it really helps guide the little ones, but I think they love to use it even just for their creating too. It's nice too because the pixel art site works on any device, and so it's easy for them to be able to create that. Now, if you have never seen the pixel art site, I put a link in here so you can try it out if you would like to. And this is so fun. We did a little creating yesterday as we were working on a project, right, Bree? Some people and some portraits. And so it's really fun to be able to create with that. And then one thing that I do like throughout the summer is I use social media and other places like your Google Classroom to be able to share activities like this. And so you could go in and you could share like, hey, today we are going to create in the pixel art site. You can put the directions really simple and then encourage your students to share what they create. We use Padlet to create, we create one and then that's where our kids share it. Padlet is super easy. It doesn't require your kids to log in to add and share. And so this would be a great place to be collaborative throughout the summer. We even use Padlet to share like where we're reading, pictures of ourselves. They can add videos. And so Padlet is a great tool for the summer as well. Number 4 is to share and provide opportunities and experiences for your students, families, and community throughout the year. And in our town, it's a small town in Iowa, and we have a sweet little library down the street from the school where we partner up with them and we think about things that we can do, to partner and to keep our kids reading and learning throughout the summer. I love stories of people and what they're doing, like, especially this time of year, dreaming up ideas on how they partner with their public librarian. But Heather, who is one of our ambassadors, and she's actually my sister too, and she does so many fun things because Heather's not only the teacher librarian at their school, she's also the public librarian, and that library in their school serves their public too. And so I wanted to invite her on today to share all the great things that she's doing this summer.
All right, thank you, Shannon. So like she said, my name is Heather Fox, and I am the teacher librarian and community library director in Amana, and my building is pre-K through 5th. And then my job continues throughout the summer, like Shannon said, especially for summer reading activities. So one thing that I'm super excited about this year is using StickTogether in ways for our program. And on the left side of the screen, we kind of have 2 programs going on this year. One is called Find Your Voice, and there are 5 themes that I created to go with that. The first one is Build It. You can see that on the choice board. So like Shannon also has created choice boards linked to her her capstone summer reading program. And I am doing that with my program as well. So parents will get that shared to them, and I'll probably use a QR code to do that. And all of these books are either from BookFlix or Tumble books that parents can just click on, or kids can just click on to listen to, and they have something to do with the themes each week. And the themes will be 2 weeks at a time. So the top one are stories, and this is geared a little more towards our lower elementary, our younger learners. And then on the bottom, there's also some videos. Some of them I got from PBS. Some of them are from different educational videos on YouTube. And then the bottom, just some fun drawing videos that kids can do as well. Some tutorials that they're really familiar with because we do these during the year as well. Another cool thing that I love is if there's things that go along with the theme, which I'm sure there will be on Shannon's capstone summer program, which is amazing, I could always include that with my information too for other options, because there's so many resources. So I want to be able to share lots of choices for families. And there are so many choices on Shannon's, and they're amazing. So it's fun. It will be fun to just kind of link those in there too, just to give them all sorts of different things that they can do. I also share this information on Facebook so that parents can have easy access. They can always get it also at the library, of course. And I will be sharing it to the last week of school. We don't get out of school till, I think our last day is June 1st. So I talked to the kids about it at the end of the school year in a couple weeks, which is so crazy. I'll start talking about it and getting them excited, and then sharing information within our Friday newsletter that goes out to our school. And so that's a great way for me to be able to share it with families before the summer even starts. And then on the right side of the screen, this year we are trying a new activity or new program, I should say, called One Book, One Community. And this, any age could do this, but some of the activities may be geared a little more towards upper elementary. They might be more excited about this than some of the choices for the Find Your Voice. I think there's something for everybody in both, but we are going to use the book Bob by Wendy Mast and Rebecca Steed this year. And one activity, I'm still kind of planning it all out. I've got to really get myself in gear because it's coming up super quickly. But one fun thing that I thought that I would do for Bob is they give a description of Bob. Bob is this little alien zombie little creature, and they tell you just a little bit about what he looks like. But a fun thing, and I've done this before with kids, we read this book as a read aloud a few years ago, and I had kids visualize what they actually thought Bob might look like. And so I thought it would be fun to have them use the pixel art site to create their own Bob. So this is my version of what I think Bob might look like. And like Shannon said, I could either have kids share it to a Padlet and I could print those off and display them in the library. If they're shared to a Padlet, everyone can see them in the community so that the other kids could see a whole bunch that other students have created, which would be really fun. I had to write some notes just so that I didn't forget anything. I was just also thinking about other ways to use StickTogether in the library this summer. Just the StickTogether poster kits that people can actually come in and physically do in the library will be so much fun because they're so collaborative and they can work on it for 5 minutes. They could work on it for 10 minutes. Of course, the pixel art site, which I just love, and we've been using that a ton at the end of the year, so all the kids are familiar with it now, and providing possibly some stickers that they can come and get, a little kit of stickers that they can come get at the library and pick up and use at home. Even just the templates, having that available that they could color or color and then create something in the library and share it that way too. And then also just the virtual sticker boards that Shannon was just talking about, which I think are really awesome and just a fun way for everybody to be working together on something, even though we're not physically in the same place at one time.
Thank you.
Well,
I love all the things. And Heather too, she does a really great job of just sharing. And I think that that's one thing that is important in the summer is to share what you're doing. If it's on your social media, if it's a newsletter, if it's in a Google Classroom. And I always love following Heather at the Amana Community and Elementary Library because you can see some of these things. And one thing that we're going to cover too at the end is how StickTogether supports these fun summer reading programs like Heather is doing in her library too. So thank you so much for sharing that. I love it. And as Heather said, there are lots of ways to build that community with StickTogether. If it's putting up a poster, even if it's inviting like families or adults to join in, and so many fun ways to use the ones that they've done with the summer reading program. So I love that too. And we'll share links for those in just a little bit. And like Heather mentioned, even like the virtual sticker boards, there's tons of ideas around reading. There's the new library voice sticker poster, and I love the bookworm. That's one of my favorites. And so just really great themes to connect to that summer reading. Number 5 is to think outside of the box on how to provide summer programming. And we don't think that Blake is on yet. Blake Hopper is one of our special guests, but I will go ahead and just cover what he was going to say. And if he comes, we will have him share too. But I love this, looking at what he does around summer programming. And I think it's really creative. We've done this in our school before, where we've opened the library just like one day a week or one day out of the month. I think that is such a wonderful idea. He says that they open it during summer school, and then students can use the makerspace or check out books. So that is a really great idea to have access for the kids. I think that is wonderful. And then he says that he puts a stick together out for everyone to work on. He lays it on the table with the stickers in a tub, and then the new stickers have the color on the sheet, and that makes it a lot easier. And I do agree, that is so helpful for the kids. And then one thing that he added was a virtual option to all of the students' Clever accounts. And so like we use Google Classroom, but he also has it where he just uses it in Clever, and they can access it at any time. And so just does a lot of great things. And then he put this little video in here of kids working on their digital Stick Together posters. And you can see from the video and the picture that the kids love doing this, but they can even do it at home this summer too. So that makes it really fun and easy for them to be able to collaborate throughout the summer. Another thing that is nice is anything that you can give kids that they can have, that they can take on home, just to focus on that positive part of reading. And one thing that Capstone, they do this every summer, where they create just summer break like reading bingos. You can find them now on their site. They put these up recently. I found them on there today. And so really easy to print off. And I share these with our teachers. Our teachers send these home so they can talk to the kids and get them excited. You can print them just in Spanish or in English, and you can print them even just in black and white, so they don't have to be. So that is really a fun thing to do too. Number 6, and I love this idea, I'm going to try this summer with our kids, is meet in a Zoom for a pixel party using the virtual sticker boards. And this can turn into a time not just to do a virtual sticker board, but even to share what the students are reading and learning. And our kids, like we have said, they love doing the virtual sticker boards together. And when they can collaborate, if it's not just in their classroom, but with other people in the school or even someone else in another place, they get so excited. So you can create just a little invite. You can share it on your social media or in your Google Classroom and invite the kids to join you just virtually in a Zoom. This is something too that you could include like a QR code so they could scan it, and then they can all join together and work on there too. So I love that idea. That's one thing I'm going to do new this summer and give it a try and see if we can get some of the kids to not only do the sticker board, but just to come together and talk and meet up in the summer. So just another reminder of the giveaway. If you have anything to share, you can use that hashtag for the sticker poster kit. Number 7 is to share and provide special online opportunities and experiences for your students, families, and community. And we went over some of just, providing them what we do within our library, but online there are so many things for our kids too that are offered all throughout the summer. A few of my favorite places: Crayola Education, their online author and expert and illustrator webinar series, they continue throughout the summer. Flip actually continues throughout the summer, which is amazing because these are so good. They are open and free to any family or teacher to join. I love these because they are all recorded just like Crayola, and they're kept on their YouTube channel. So families can find these and look for the ones that they want to listen to together. Skype a Scientist. These are really great for any age, but especially for like your upper elementary, middle school. Skype a Scientist is free for everyone. We use these a lot with our high school kids and our middle school kids throughout the year, but then they have special things throughout the summer too. And one of my favorite new things is Story Voice. They have so many great events throughout the month, and they are going to provide things too throughout the summer for our kids. And so you can check out those too. I also wanted to mention Novel Effect is having a summer reading program. This is called the Bookyard Bash, which I think is so cute. They also have kind of like a little reading road trip. It's kind of like a bingo card, like a little map that they're going to keep track. And this is a really good, I was looking up this up today, a family option, because a lot of our families at Van Meter, because we use this at school, our families have purchased the app as well. They have a special promotion right now that for $10 for all 3 months that families can get this and use it then with their kids in the summer and some of those reading things. So I think that is a really great thing for families and for kids too. And then for your older kids, for teens like 13 and older, Sync is going to be available again, and this is a program that offers free audiobooks. I love this because it runs for 14 weeks and they get 28 free books, and it's such a fun thing for you to offer your older kids. So at the link on the slide, you can then have kids sign up. You can even send it home to families so they can see it too, but a really, really great thing. Stephanie, have you done this with your kids? Yeah, I can see.
I was just thinking before your slide, I was going to add one of the Sync actual social media icons to my slide to talk about it. But yeah, my students love it because we already use Sora. And so it's easy for them. And I teach them how to add the new library and then get the new audiobooks in, and they love it. And then when they come back in the fall, we're all excited and we talk about it, and I'll have like a Canvas discussion with them all summer. So yeah, it's great.
Oh, that's awesome. I know I saw you shaking your head, and that is something that I think that it started kind of during like the pandemic. And so I'm always so grateful that they continue this because the kids really, really like that. And number 8 is to dream up creative and fun ways to continue to celebrate reading throughout the summer with your students and community. And this is where I'm going to have Stephanie, another amazing Stick Together ambassador, share what she does in the summertime.
Thanks. Hey, everybody. I am a middle school librarian in Pflugerville, Texas. It is a tiny little town northeast of Austin. And so the big summer program that we do as the Pflugerville librarians is we have a summer library program. Last year, the librarians would travel, and every week we would be at a different school, and it would be a school different than where we're posted at. So I was actually at an elementary school, and I was there for about 3 hours, and we handed out free books, and we had little make and take activities that were super fun. But this year, instead of having the activities at the school, we're actually going to go to the neighborhood parks throughout Pflugerville, because there's a lot of neighborhood parks. So we're going to do that twice a month, and we got a lot of free books donated. And so we're going to pass those out to our students. We're going to have lawn games, make and take activities, all kinds of fun stuff for them. But what I do to keep them engaged and making sure that they're reading and talking about what they're reading is we have a summer reading kind of contest at my middle school. So as part of their summer reading assignment, I take the books that they've been assigned, which to them is like, but I take those books and I put them into Canvas, and each title will have its own discussion page with questions like, who was your favorite character? Who was your least favorite character? What did you like about the story? You know, what point in the story did you figure out the twist? Or, you know, questions that are different than your normal, like, what did you like? What did you dislike? What was the setting? That kind of stuff. Just more fun discussion questions. And then I focus on guiding and facilitating that conversation between the students. So it's not just me responding, oh yeah, I like that too. It's actual conversations of them talking about the books. Another thing we do in their assigned summer reading is they have to read one of the Texas Library Association Lone Star books. And so I make this really fun Google slide, and y'all are welcome to steal it if you're in Texas. It's on my Instagram. And I have all the books on the front page, and they can click it, and then it takes them to a description of the book, the author's website, where they can find the book if it's in Sora or a Mac and Via. And then they get a quick little blurb about all 30 books, and they can decide which one they want to read for their assignment and which one they want to read for fun. And then throughout the summer, I'll do random little like Flip check-ins and ask them on Flip, like, how's your book going? How's, what are you liking about it? Or which one are you reading and why did you choose that one? Or any little thing to talk about the book. So it's a different kind of discussion, but still a book discussion. I also like to promote the public library's summer reading program, where they have a lot of fun activities. This year they're even going to do weekly trivia and like movie nights that I'm like a little jealous because they're only for teenagers, so I can't go, but I really want to. So I do try to push that a lot. And I also have a section on my library website called Summer Resources. So that is also where I have my virtual makerspace that includes the virtual Stick Together posters that they love. And I have resources like Khan Academy, Prodigy, all of the tools and games that we play throughout the year, but also some that they probably wouldn't get to play on their own. So I'll add in little challenges like, hey, if you log into Fortnite at this time and you see Miss Russell playing and I'm terrible, and like you say hi, then I'll send you a free book, or I'll give you something at the beginning of the next school year. Just little things to just keep them engaged and still thinking about school and having fun. But a lot of still talking about like the books and just discussing what's happening. That way they're not completely losing everything that they learned over the school year.
That is so fun. I love all the things you and Heather do, and it's just been so fun for people to see your ideas. So thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
One thing too, after I saw Stephanie and all the great things that she was doing and what Heather was doing, we have a new librarian in our town. And so I'm so excited because my library associate and I met her last week. And so she sent me this right before the webinar, and I just wanted to throw it in there to give people some other ideas. Again, I love like the bingo things from Capstone, but this one is just so cute too. So really fun. And I'm excited because it looks like they're going to have a new cat at our public library. So that will be cool too. I know, I was excited about that. Another thing that we're doing this year, number 9, is to create a summer postcard to send home to your students to share all the great things and to let them know that you're thinking about them. And I've wanted to do this for the last several years and then never got around to it. And finally this year, we're going to send these little postcards out to our kids that will tell them, give them like heads up to what the camp adventure link is, share things like how to get to our podcast, our virtual makerspace, our coding, and then just a little message to them. And in Vistaprint, it's so nice, and other sites do this too, that you can set it all up. I had our secretary help me just to migrate, like if there were 4 kids in one family, so everyone didn't get a postcard, they just got one at their house. And they address them and they stamp them and they get to the kids. And so we're going to do this like the second week that we are home this summer. We get out already on May 18th. And so it will be here before we know it. But I put in these slides the link that you can just share, and you can switch it up and use it too. I did it again in just a Google slide. And so our postcard, I made it the size of a postcard, like an official postcard. And then I made that into the choice board, and then also just use that same image for our postcard. So 2 things at once when you do it that way. And then you can just use that all summer long and even change things too. And so it's really going to be fun for our kids to get that, but just a little reminder of something really fun. And number 10, probably the most important thing that we do as we get into May, and it's Teacher Appreciation Week. And I think it's like that day actually today or something. And so it's so exciting, all these things that we have to celebrate. But as we think about just being so busy this year and getting into the summer ourselves, is to take some time for you. And I think that's one of the most important things that we can say today, is that you need to enjoy your summer too. One thing that we wanted to focus on before questions is to just kind of back up to and go over how to set up virtual sticker boards, because this might be something you heard Heather and Stephanie and myself all talk about, how we use them with our kids during the school year, but how we can use them in the summer too. And so I'm just going to go over really simple directions on how to set up those virtual sticker boards. So when you go into the virtual sticker board site, you will see a little place that you can say create virtual sticker board. When you click on that, it's going to take you into a page that shows like all of the sticker boards that you have ever created. And on the very top, it says create a new sticker board. So you click on that and it will take you into all of the images that you can select as a virtual sticker board. So for this one, I just chose one that would tie into the summer. And the first thing that pops up after you choose one is you give it a name and you give it a title and click on confirm, and it will set up automatically your virtual sticker board. So once this is set up, it will ask if you're sure. You say, I am sure. And then it will give you the link. It will show you the dashboard, a QR code, a place to even share it on social and to download it. Now, when you get this, I put little arrows on what happens when you click on your dashboard. And this is something that a lot of people might have questions on, like how do I change how many stickers kids put on? How do I put a final message in? Because you could even personalize like that message. So it could be different, even each week as you're doing them. And a really neat thing is that you can enable like a bonus pixel. And I love this because we use it for giveaways, or we use it, in PD for our teachers, but we can use it for our kids too. And then it shows them like how many numbers of pixels, and you can click on that and then it will show even that name. And so I like to use this for PD. I love to use it for even our teachers, especially as we're celebrating teachers this month. But I just wanted to point out where you also can find that little bonus pixel. And so it's really easy to just walk through those steps. They are free for everyone. I had a couple questions this week from people on Twitter, and the virtual sticker boards are free. And so you don't need a code to use them. You set them up with those directions. And this little handout that is just on their site is also really helpful. And so if you have teachers at school who have questions, or maybe you need to just refresh like how to use them, you can go here and find those things too. So one thing that I love is not only getting all these ideas from Stephanie and Heather and people who are sharing, but to give you guys a chance to also share how you're celebrating reading and learning and creating with your students in the summer. And I know that Brianna is watching and that she'll probably tell us if there are special things to share and things that we want, if it is questions, and we're going to share and save also this in our recording. And so we'll be able to share that with all of you too, if you have ideas, but feel free to share links, or if there's images, if there's blog posts that you've done, or maybe even like other resources that you want to share. And we'll make sure to share that chat with all of you. Bree, is there anything awesome, or Heather or Stephanie, that you guys want to point out that you see in the chat right now?
There's a really good question right now about when you have a whole class working on it. I have tried both, where I just let them jump in and try and assign a color. I just think it's more fun when you just let them jump in, because then they do it faster. But you can do it either way.
I love it. See, I haven't even looked at the chat. I can see that lots of people are asking things, but I can't wait to look at that. But continue to share things because we love seeing your ideas. And as you're sharing and as we can ask our questions, we wanted to also put up our link to our sticker poster kit. This is the one that actually has a final pixel. And if everybody can collaborate on this together. And if you are that last person, you win a sticker poster kit today. And so there is the link there and you can get to that. I think Bree just put it also in the chat. And so everybody can start collaborating on that together. But it is time for our questions. I'm going to let Bree see if there are any others, and please feel free. You can ask anything. This is, I love hearing like everybody's little tips and tricks when using StickTogether and all of the different ways that we bring it to our classrooms and our libraries.
I was just going to say, even though Shannon's my sister and we talk all the time, here are my ideas that I've jotted down.
Oh, I love it.
Because there's just so many things that you don't know about. And then when you hear something fun that you think would be engaging, especially for the summer. So I frantically write down what I want to remember. So there's so many good tips and information, that little tidbits here and there that I've gotten from this too. So it's awesome.
I'm doing the same thing, Heather, but instead of writing everything, I'm just opening tabs. And every tab I've added, I went from having like 30 tabs to like 60 tabs, but it's fine. Everything's fine.
I know I already have a tab problem. So that's why I just wrote it down this time, because my tab situation is already out of control.
I love it.
We do have a question from Kim. She says, can you assign kids a board like this and see who is the last person to give them a prize? Yes.
Yeah. Bree,
Yeah.
you want to talk about it? Yeah.
Yeah, so when you are like picking if you want to include bonus pixels or not, there's an option that says to make the last pixel a bonus pixel. So like for this one, I put 0 for like the number of bonus pixels, and I only clicked that the last pixel was a bonus pixel winner. So that's how you would do that.
One thing too that Bree texted me and reminded me of that I forgot in the directions is, if you have never created a sticker board before, you first have to sign in and put your email in there. It will tell you that you have to then go and like confirm your email. You have to only do that like the first time that you actually sign up for virtual sticker boards, but that's a step that we wanted to clarify too. And then you'll see the gallery and everything.
And you guys had to sign in to the sticker board, the virtual sticker board that we just shared, but students do not need to sign in. We just wanted to make that clear.
Another question that we have from Connie is, how do you use physical sticker boards in your schools? And so I'm sure all of us can speak to that. But one thing that we use them for so many different things. We have one up in our library. Our library also houses our STEM class. And so it's nice because it's out in the hallway. But even though I think it's neat because since it's outside of the library and just in the hallway, we'll even have kids come by like with their jackets on, all bundled up, like doing it, as they're waiting to get picked up or waiting for the bus, or even in the morning. And then our classroom teachers, a lot of them have them in their classrooms. We work in a school that is preschool to 12th grade. And so even our older ones, our high school kids, they love to work on the sticker posters as well. And we've done it too, like for our little ones, they do really good on the sticker posters together, even like our kindergarten classes, but we've done it before too, where we've cut them apart and then had like the different classes collaborating on them together. And once they get a section done, you can bring it all back together and put it in again. So that has been a really fun way to use them too.
I've also put them up. I bought the art bundle, and I put one in front of, we have 2 art teachers. So I put one in front of both art teachers' classrooms, one in the cafeteria and one in the library in my makerspace. And then when the kids were finishing them, they would be able to talk about what art it was making. And so it was really cool to see them think through it. And they would come ask me, like, is it this piece of art? Like the Mona Lisa, they kind of knew as she was coming together. But when they did the Scream, because all the colors are so different, they had no idea. But then when it was finished, they got to have some really cool discussions and conversations with the teacher, and then spread that out. And everybody was talking about these really cool pieces of art. And then from there, we did a virtual field trip with Google Arts and Culture to actually see those paintings. So it was a really fun way to like tie in different things.
Yeah, I love tying it into like the different parts of, like you said, like culture and art, or if it's curriculum. I love like the Eric Carle posters for our little ones. I mean, if they're doing like this time of year, we have a class doing butterflies. We have our first grade, they're learning all about owls. And so they've been working on one, working up to this like unit that they have. And that's the neat thing too, is as you look at some of those posters, not just the posters that they can actually sticker, but also the virtual ones. There's so many different ways to use them. The art ones are some of my favorites. I think it's 3rd grade right now is doing Mona Lisa, and it's so cool. It's one that I would like to save.
I try to laminate them once they're finished, but sometimes when they're really wide, I can't get them in. So I'll cut them down the middle, and the kids will freak out and be like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "It's okay. It's okay. I'm just going to laminate it and then put them back together. It's fine."
I love that idea. I think that's so neat. I know one of the ones I really want to laminate this year is the Eric Carle butterfly, and our 2nd grade, they're almost done with it. So that's one that I really want to save. It's beautiful. Did somebody win the poster? Yes, that was fast, everybody.
Hillary won. I put her name in the chat, but congratulations. We'll
Congratulations.
email you and you can tell us what sticker poster kit you want.
Love it. Oh yeah, somebody saw that there's Yasmin is one of the posters that are in the summer one. I love that.
We
There
did have a couple of questions too at the beginning that I was going to look for.
Oh yeah. Yay, it's your first one. So you're gonna, Hillary, do you get out of school soon? Will you save it till the fall? Some people go for a while yet, so. I know if you have any questions, just pop them in there.
Okay, here's
Oh,
one.
she had a flood, so I'm sorry. A flood in the library, so it's currently closed. You can wait till next year.
Are you ready for a question?
Yes.
Okay, how do you have your students share their pixel art creations with you? Download the PDF, then share the Padlet?
Yes. So it's really nice because you can just have them download it onto their device. And then like they could, and if they're using like an iPad or something, they could take a screenshot, or they could even, like we're using that with kindergarten tomorrow. And so it's a little trickier, but it's nice because if you share it then on the Padlet, then everybody can see everyone's creation, but you can even like print it off from that Padlet too. So that makes it really easy for them to share. You could also have them pop it into like an email or Google Doc. I mean, anything that works that's online.
Since
Okay,
I'm with the middle schoolers, I made it a Canvas assignment for the entire school. And then I just had them share and upload their PDFs. And then I just put them all into the Padlet.
That's a great idea.
I was just thinking too, like, since we've been using it so much at the end of the school year, I know that kids, if I say, if I have them put it on the Padlet and tell them I'll print it for them, and they could come to the library to get some stickers to do it, that it will draw kids to the actual library. So I'm excited about that because they're really into it, and we don't have a ton of time to work on it during the school day because I only see them one time a week. So I could just see them loving to come at a different time when they don't have a time limit, they could just spend, however much time they have to work on something like that.
That's a great idea. They'll
Here's-
love it.
Here's another question. Is there a way to share, send links to choice boards to parents through Follett? I sent home emails to families about overdue books through Follett and thought it would be a neat to share links or messages to parents the same way.
That is a question that I am not totally sure about sending a message that way, but one way that I share choice boards on my Destiny, so through Follett Destiny, is on the homepage of my Destiny. I just embed like the monthly choice board right on there, an image. And when they click on that, it takes them then to the choice board. And I also have it where you can like put any kind of like note on that homepage. I have like a note and a link like to our Google Classroom, but you could do it for choice board too. So you could make that like a note on that. But I'm not totally sure about sending notes home because I don't use that feature a lot. And so I'm not quite sure about that, but I bet there would be if you use it the same way that you would send notes home about other things, but I'm not quite sure. Yep, on our Destiny Discover homepage, we use that. So if you email me, whoever has questions about that, I will email you I have a blog post about how to do that. And it's really nice because then I just switch that out every month and then the kids can see that when they go to Destiny. And it's just one more place that they know everything is going to be there. So it makes it really, really easy. So I think that we should go over the resources since we're about 5 minutes from the top of the hour. This was such a fun hour. I loved everything that was shared. And we have a few other things to share that are just StickTogether resources. Number one, of course, is the May webinar gallery. We wanted to make sure that everybody has this link because these are the special ones for the May webinar and also the ones that go along with the Capstone Virtual Summer Camp Adventure. We wanted to share too the sticker posters. There are 3 of them that go along with those summer reading programs. Those are just really fun. I especially love the bird. I think that one is just so neat and the kids would love that too. But I wanted to share just a link if StickTogether is new to you, where to find StickTogether. And on the StickTogether site, you can find all the different things that we've talked about today, the sticker poster kits, the pixel art, and also the virtual sticker boards. Another great thing are the resources that are on the website. And these are so nice because under resources, you can see all of the different things that includes curricular connections. These are so nice to see how they tie into the different parts of our curriculum. You'll find those calendars that Bree puts together every month. I love these because I send these out to my teachers and it just gives us a heads up on all the special things that we can celebrate, but then to see what is in that virtual gallery. And the special little thank you from StickTogether, these are so neat. And Bree created these, I think, 2 months ago, and we printed these off right away and laminated them, and we've been using them in our library and our classroom. But if you go to this link, you will get these 5 posters to print and use in your classroom and your library. And these are so neat because you can put them together, with a poster, like, for example, up in the hallway, like we do outside the library, or you can put up little directions, especially as we collaborate with our public librarian, and even share these with them so then anyone can see what those are all about. So just a really fun way to make sure that we're sharing them. I also wanted to tell you to make sure that you stay tuned because we're going to be kicking off our fall webinar series in September. And so we're really excited about that. But as you look through not only this webinar today, but also as we think about the ones that we've had this year, you can go to our YouTube by StickTogether and you'll find all of those. Now, one thing that I wanted to ask before we got off too is a show of hands or in the chat, who is going to be at ISTE in Philly this summer? This is something that we really wanted to ask because we're excited. StickTogether is going to have a booth there and Sylvia will be there. And so if you're going to be, raise your hand or put it in the chat. We're so excited because a big project that we have been working on is a project called the Global Pixel Art Portrait. And we turned this in actually yesterday. We had over 1,000 kids enter their little portrait that they created with the pixel art. And this is going to be part of a new exhibit at ISTE. And so if you're going to be there, make sure that you stop by and see it. We had kids from all over the world submit their artwork. One that was really neat to see is a school in the Ukraine. They had just dozens of art, like portraits from their kids, and it was so beautiful to see everything that they have created. But you can go there and you can check that out, and I'm really excited about that part of ISTE. But I want to make sure that you guys get the feedback forms. There's a link at the bottom here, and remember that you can also win when you get your feedback form in, and you can download a certificate of participation too. And so one lucky person is going to win a sticker poster kit for getting that feedback form in. But we're so grateful and excited that you joined us tonight. And this was so fun to do with Stephanie and Heather and Blake. I see you on here.
Yeah, I got mixed up because I got two different emails, and I'm so sorry because I thought it was at 5, and then I got another one, so it was at 6, and I got all mixed up on my
It's
time.
okay, friend. I did your slide. I know
Okay.
enough about what you do to, I think I did a good job, and we'll just have you on in the fall. So
Yeah,
we're glad that you
definitely.
joined us.
Okay, so sorry. Yeah, StickTogether is awesome, and what I was going to say is on the slide anyway, so we're good.
You were great. And thank you, Bree, for everything, and Heather and Stephanie. It was so fun to be together with all of you. Make sure that you follow us and follow all the things that StickTogether does. There's going to be some more fun announcements coming up over the next couple of months from StickTogether. So we're excited about that too. But I'm going to put up just one more time the link to today's slides, and you will get a follow-up email with the recording as well. So thank you guys so much, and have a great summer. Please feel free to, share things. If you have questions, reach out, and I'm always happy to help, and all of our guests are too. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, guys.
And we'll stay on for a couple minutes if anybody has any questions. So much fun to be together. I love seeing, it's always hard when you're the one talking to look at. I'm always worried I'm going to mess something up if I click on too many things. So I love looking through all of the ideas. So, and happy Teacher Day, everybody. It's so nice to think about all the things we've done this year, and it's crazy to say out loud that we're going to be done with school in a few weeks.
We have 15 days left as of right now, and I work 4 extra days. So my last day is June 1st, but it's been crazy to tell the kids we only have 16 more days, and they're like, what? How? And I don't know.
Isn't that
I
nuts?
feel like it was just October.
Doesn't really hit me until May. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, this is it.
Yeah, we get out May 17th. And so it's just, yeah, the kids were a little excited this week, just a little bit excited.
Just a little.
Our
We
schedule is about
still
to
have
get
STAR
jacked up.
testing.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. We still have STAR testing the week that you're already out. And I was about to ask you, don't you have STAR, but you're not in Texas?
We already had our testing. Our testing was already done a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, so was ours.
So was ours. we didn't use all of our snow days, so now they're turning some of the snow days into professional development days. So the kids don't have to come, but the teachers do. So now we're having to redo our whole May schedule. So that's fun times.
Oh, jeez. Blake, when do you get out?
We get out the last days, the 26th, the half day. And then they added 3 additional days out for that. So end of the year book collecting and all that good stuff. So
Oh, boy. I
Yeah.
know.
They better buy you lunch for those days they're making y'all go in.
oh no, don't think crazy thoughts like that. It'll be okay though. We'll get lots done and we'll be able to go out and eat and do all the fun stuff. So that's why I've been using the virtual StickTogethers and all that stuff to fill time this month, because I don't want to teach anything else. And it's been perfect group work.
I have had so many teachers say, like, put up a new virtual poster, give us the links, show us how to do it, because they're like, we need that filler time.
Yeah, I told them last week, I said, all these links are on your Clevers now, so you can use them. And the teachers have been going, wow, between that and Pebble Go, they've been using them like crazy to fill time and to do more stuff. So it's been awesome for them to be able to do that. The teachers really appreciate it.
Now I'm
Oh,
going to tell them about the color Sudoku, and they're going to go even more crazy for it.
Mhm.
I love it. So many things. I feel like things too like this, like resources and little like tips and tricks are just what our teachers need right now, right? Like, and so it's really nice.
Yeah.
Survival mode.
Yeah. Exactly. Well, you guys, thank you so much. And for those of you still hanging on, we'll make sure that we share this, and feel free to reach out if you have any other questions that you want to ask or things that we've talked about. We're happy to share that too. So have a great week. Happy Teacher Week, day, whatever it is, and
Month.
enjoy.
Bye, everyone.
Guys,
Thank you.
bye.
Bye.